I just love that. And you know, Joan, I want to bring it back to you. Tell me about you, Joan, the leader. You know, what are those principles I would say that have enabled you to thrive?
Well, I think when I think about my typical journey, many times I led without understanding that I was leading, because I found myself in roles that were typically advisory roles. I was coordinating a lot of things. So at some point, I wasn't having teams that are necessarily directly reporting into me, but I had to get things done through people. But the key skill that has always served me is that I've always been a good listener. Talk about the green in me. Now the green has been overtaken by the red, I guess because I became an entrepreneur. You have to make decisions anyway, okay? But before, I wasn't the one that was solely responsible for the decisions that we were making. So I was always there to kind of listen, trying to understand how do we help this person, but also because I believe that every idea deserves a chance, I would let people say, let's try out that. Let's see what is happening. And I would be I would always be defending my teams. Like when we would go to the regional meetings, they would say, Joan hasn't said anything yet. Then I would say, in our context, you know, at some point they labeled me in our context because I would come in and remind them that we have a context. Yes. But in that moment, I was providing leadership. But because sometimes we see leadership as I am here, I have a team which is directly reporting into me, therefore I am a leader. There's such a thing as being a leader without a title. Yes, okay. That who Robert Sharma talks about it. He has a book called A Leader Without a Title. And I think that is who I was for a very long time, until I started being in spaces where I was leading now entities in terms of associations, organizations, like you mentioned, the International Coaching Federation. In that moment, I am being founding president, but I'm surrounded by very powerful people at that moment. I'm surrounded by people who are leading huge institutions. What did that do for me? I have to humble myself. Humility for me is very, very clear. Humility to know that there are many things that you do not know. Ask the people around you. So, and that's why I also love coaching, because coaching takes away the burden for you to have the answers. The people around you have answers. Just tap into those answers. But we kind of have this illusion that when I'm a manager, I'm a leader, I must have all the answers. Then I also one time led the Mazima retirement scheme, okay? That's when I discovered that the self-employed are also part of the informal sector. But when I went in there, it was a huge thing. You're going in to lead the informal sector, people who are saving their monies with you. There are emotions that are involved that you're dealing with every day. There are emotions of the founders of the scheme. You have to deal with the regulator. Okay, so you're in meetings, in and out of meetings with the regulator. You have a fund manager who is telling you, these are the things that we expect. And then the fund manager who is telling you, but we need money to invest. Where is your money? Your people are sporadic. So you must make decisions. You know, as a leader, your role is to make decisions. I think one of the disruptive things we did was coming up with the 70-30 policy, where we're telling people that when you are saving money with us as a scheme, 70% of your every 10,000 that you save with us is going to go to your long-term account, and 30% will go to your short-term account. So that if you feel like you want to access some short-term benefits, come to your 30% account and it will tell you what those short-term benefits look like. Of course, I have led in a family circles, sometimes by virtue of the fact that you're the one who is quickly taking decisions. They throw you under the bus. There are decisions that sometimes we are making with my siblings, and they say, but we are throwing you under the bus. And you say, it's okay. I will go under the bus on your behalf, because now I've learned one of my brothers is such a yellow. Okay. So for him, he loves to have peace. Then I have another one. The other one is more green, I think. More green. So when there are tough things that will make, the red in me just comes out. So it's humility, it is learning, it is asking questions. Those are the three major things. And of course, for me, many times I tell myself, if the Lord has led me into a space, He will give me the wisdom to walk through that process.